We've just taken a break from op shopping. We're on Pety's Road here at Kotara. If anyone's ever thinking about visiting the portals here, make sure when you punch in Pety's Road on your GPS, it's not Pety's Road Cardiff. It's got to be Pety's Road Kotara, because it took us all the way up there and it's a no-through road and a big mountain between us. I have been here before with my son last year for a bit of recon. Once we get down here, I'll let you know exactly what we're looking at. Bit of a history lesson. I do remember that day last year that I came with my son. It was pouring down and it was so muddy along this track here. So I've been doing a lot of explosives chambers tunnel, railway tunnels over the last 2 or 3 months, and there was one down here a long time ago. I'll let you know what my theory is, because it no longer remains, but I'm pretty confident this was the site of it. So this has been graded here. This was very hard to walk down last year. I was walking down little grassy areas like this with water filled in, and I remember my feet getting very dirty. So in that time they've improved it. We do have one more tunnel after this. I'll give you the official name of this tunnel and what it once used to be called. How hot is it? Jesus Christ. 27 degrees. Feels like it's 40. There's a couple of really very cool old pictures of the portals here from years gone by. If you get online, you'll see some old snaps. It's got a really distinct name, this one. As soon as I rattle it off, you'll know exactly where I am for you locals that are from the area. Be careful, Bill, it's a little bit slippery down here, okay? Go sideways. There's no signs or anything you have to contend with. There is a gate up the top there, but I think that's just to stop people driving down and dumping items here. There's the rail line just down here, and there is one portal, but the one that we want is the old one from the 19th century. This one here is from the 20th century. You may be lucky enough to film a train going in one tunnel and out the other. Something's moving around down there. Alright, where are you hiding? Must be just off this cutting here. And there she is. Look at her. Sounds like a train coming out. Alright, let me get my notes out. There's this train coming out of the newer one. So that tunnel over there, it's a freight train. That tunnel over there is for southbound, and this tunnel here is northbound. It's a coal train. That's a big ass coal train. It's going slow. Alright, let's do a bit of reading up of this one so you guys know exactly where I'm standing and what history this tunnel has. Okay, this tunnel that you see in front of me here is the Kotara Tickhole tunnel, the southern portal. So this is the Sydney end. Opened the 15th of August 1887. Length 161 metres. It initially only had one track, but was duplicated in 1891. Now around the 1940s, I believe that this tunnel right here on top of the portal, there was preparation for a demolition chamber. Around about 1942-43, that's where I believe, on top of this portal, that a chamber once existed. This is where I think it has been removed. So that tunnel over there, if I get back over here and have a look at the portal. You might have to come down here, Belle, to get a good picture of the portal. If I come down here so I can get the concrete one, the one that has no history whatsoever and doesn't look all that nice. And there's the portal there. So years later, as part of the electrification of the line, in 1983 tenders were called for a second tunnel. That's the tunnel you see right there. 205 metres, which was completed in 1984. So it only really took a year to build. This second tunnel is used by southbound services. That was the coal train that just exited. While the original tunnel once again became single track for northbound services. The original tunnel is now mentioned at being 165 metres. The official name is the Kotara Tickhole Railway Tunnel. The information or the document I had about the explosive chambers, the 6 of them, it doesn't mention it on that document as the Tickhole or Kotara Tunnel. Back then, in the 1940s, this was simply referred to as the Cardiff Tunnel. And on that document, it mentions that the demolition chamber, or the explosives chamber, is on the Sydney end. And this right here is the Sydney end, the southern end. I believe this to be an east-west running tunnel. I'm gonna drop down on top of the portal there and just have a look if anything exists, because like I said, I came here with my son. We had a really good scout around, even went as far up as up there, and we could not find anything. You can see people have actually walked down this way. This is real snake territory, Belzy. How come you're not coming down here? I've got thongs on. That's all right. You just keep on getting some snaps of the surrounds. See if this gets us on top of the portal without falling. Get some nice images from here. Oh, this is dangerous here. I don't know where the cliff stops. So there you go. That's a better view. I was hoping to get along here, but that gate is from up there. What did I say it was? 1887. So you can see they talk about and marvel at the brickwork from back then. And the 1984 tunnel just looks like it's cast concrete. It is 1887, 15th of August 1887. So this one here, we would expect the train to be coming from Sydney. Southern side, entering in from the southern portal, exiting on the northern side. Or the western portal. I do believe this is an east-west running portal. So entering from the western side, exiting from the eastern. I'm going to head up there where Bell is and drop down on top of the portal. And just make sure we didn't miss anything with Junior last year. Oh, this is a steep terrain. And this grass is not very tight. It's loose. Here we go. Here we go. We made it. Did you manage to get a pic of that coal train? Yeah, see if you can go all the way down and try to get... I've seen pictures from the other side there, Belle, where you managed to get both portals. See how good you are. Because on this side you can only get one or the other. I might join you for down there after I drop down here and have a look. Yeah, this was so slippery last year because of the wet. You see there's been a lot of vegetation. And what I believe has happened is when they were building the new tunnel in the early 1980s or mid 80s, I think they stumbled upon the demolition chamber here and they removed it. There would be no reason why they would keep it, unless they filled it in. See the embankment just here? I think, man, no one has dropped down on top of this portal for a long, long time. I think State Rail have planted this on purpose. So just remember, here's the portal here. Here's the train. There's a train coming, Belzy. What's the bet he beeps? He honks. No. Okay. So exactly what I thought. One enters in one side, the other exits the other. So here is where it would have been, somewhere here. But this is one of 2 out of the 6 that no longer has a demolition chamber. The other one being the Otford Tunnel. That one has been detonated, and from that detonation, the tunnel atop of the portal there would no longer exist, although there is remnants and sign of it happening. If you walk, like I said, 50 or 60 metres into that tunnel, you will see where it's been propped up by a concrete type, flat, bunker type looking thing. And that's when they propped it back up, I think, to Mushroom Farm. So this is what this area looks like. I'm just going to walk down where Bell is here and try to film both portals. Oh, they've got a gate there, huh? So you can't get down any further. I've seen someone take a picture a long time ago. They must have walked down on that side of the rail tracks and they were able to get the one that Bell's standing on and the original one, which is right down here. Just going to get the compass out down here and see if it is an east-west running tunnel. Unfortunately, you can't get a real good view of these tunnels. See, if I jump this fence here, I'm virtually on top of the portal. Yeah.
Cameras.
Yeah, there might be some sort of camera here. See where this goes? Yeah, nothing. It just goes all the way around. Nothing. Just can't climb up behind the bush. Let me place the compass down on here and see what it says. Okay, this one that was built in the 80s is a true, and I'm talking about absolutely true from this point, east-west running tunnel. And we are on the western side. The Sydney side, the southern side. Let's head around over here. So this was the only one with the chamber up here at Newcastle. You had 4 down on the south coast, 1 at Cowan and 1 at Woy Woy. 6 of them all up. There could be more, but the information that I have from that document that I found only states 6 on that. We are off tomorrow with Mavericks to determine if we can find another one. So you can jump down here. Bellsy, come here. We can get around. Bellsy, we can get around. Well, should I say we can get under. You watching where I'm going here? I believe that's where that gentleman would have popped on through to grab his pictures. So this gives us a real good look at the 1984 tunnel. And look at the kids. They've come down here, actually got into the tunnel and graffiti down in there. I reckon that guy, when he took those pictures, would have been in the middle here. For him to be able to get both tunnels, he possibly was in the middle. I actually might go down this little drain system and see if I can shoot back, just run across the tracks, sit in the middle there, stand in the middle and take a few shots. You're right to jump down into the drain and just come in through and take a good picture of it from here. This would have been a perfect spot to be sitting when that coal train come out. The Tickhole Tunnel. The Kotara Tickhole Tunnel. But that's not what it was called back in the 40s. It was only referred to back then as the Cardiff Tunnel. So somewhere from 1940 onwards to 2025, the official name is the Kotara Tickhole Tunnel. Here's a view that not many people would get to see. I'm in the middle of both tunnels here. It was this one up here where the demolition chamber once sat. I could head back up here and jump over the fence on top of the portal, but it's a little bit safer. If I go down here, I can hear when the train's coming out of the tunnel and just cross here and back up the drain. See if I can wait here for 5 or 10 minutes. We may be lucky enough to get a train coming out. It's really interesting finding these railway demolition tunnels. We had a few fails here and there, but when you do find them, it's massive adrenaline rush. So it's only a small tunnel. You can see the light on the other side. What did we say it was again? My memory's like a sieve. Yeah, I've got to take these glasses off. $205 meters, and the other one over there is stated at being at 161 in 1887, but they've placed it at 165 in 2025 on Wikipedia, so I don't know what that's all about. I think the chaps back in the 19th century measured it very differently to the way the guys measure them now.
No, coming. Coming.
We have been waiting for about 20 minutes and we've got it. Central, all the way to Central.
Oh,
yeah.
See how I heard that?
You did. Lucky you said it, otherwise we would have missed it. We were standing here in the shade for about 20 minutes.
You know what, I heard it on the rail.
Oh, the rail
I
then.
heard this,
Yeah.
you know.
There should be another one coming from the other way soon then. There it is. It's coming now. That's a coal train, freight train. Yeah, freight train. Have you been counting them? That's it. Wasn't all that big, this one all that long. Now, considering we've had two trains come out and go into a tunnel, Bill, if you want to head home, and I'm going to go down here again, and I'm going to walk up the cutting, now that there's no trains coming through, on top of the historic 1887 tunnel, because I want to get as close as I can. If I can't jump the fence to get on the other side up there, what I'm going to do is walk down the rail corridor, and there's a gate down there that I can jump up with a dirt track leading back up to where Belle's going to be waiting for me. Look like those trains turned up about 15 or 20 minutes after the first lot we filmed on the other side of the tracks. So by the time I film the Tickhole tunnel here, the original Cardiff tunnel, there might be some more trains coming through. So you can go straight up the cutting here, on top of the cutting, and this will give me a real good view of this historic tunnel. You can see how this one's a little bit wider. This was duplicated for dual carriages back in the day. And you see there's a fence all the way up there, and looks to be old lantana or something that's been killed off. You can see the light on the other side there as well. So 161 metres in 1887, or 165 in 2025, and this one is 205. And on that note, thanks for joining us. This puts to bed the demolition chamber up here in Newcastle. There's no more that I know of, but this would be where I would guess it would have been once upon a time, and the only reason why it was removed, because this ugly looking thing was put up in the 80s. So until we see you again on the next adventure or explore, bye Belle! Adios.